Heads up! Ando here from Happy Life Martial Arts. Welcome to weekly workout number 8. The theme for today's workout is using your head. Now, I'm not just talking about using your head to think, I'm talking about using your head to hit. Now, hold on, I'm not crazy. There's a smart way to use your head and a not so smart way to use your head. The difference? Well, the not so smart way, you might find yourself with cuts and concussions. The smart way, hopefully, you won't have to deal with any of that. So if you do find yourself bleeding or knocked out, you're doing it wrong. Please rewind, listen, and try again. But I'm not worried about you, you're smart. So if you're ready for today's workout, grab a quick sip of water and let's head out. Okay, as always, please clear your space. I don't want you to bump your head on anything, unless it's on purpose. I also want you to pick your pace. I'll be giving you ideas of things to do, but how fast you do them and how hard you do them, that's on you. Let's start off standing up tall, but today, let's start with a bounce. Just a little bit of a jump. And feel free to move side to side, or alternate your feet forward and back a little bit, but let's just bounce a little bit, and I'll tell you why. Sometimes if we just start off standing, but you already have tension in your body or something's feeling a little off, now you're just standing still, but you're not fixing it, you're just reinforcing it. So use this time, a little bit of a bounce, to kind of evaluate your body. Straighten things out, get the kinks out, relax, take a breath, and dare I say, enjoy the vibrations of this. Movement is medicine. So let these vibrations get into you, heal you. Okay, don't make it weird. Start right at the top of your head. Relax your face. Feel that gravity. Pull down your neck a little bit. It's not collapsing you. I'm finding a way to stand up tall within it. Keep jumping. Down your neck, your arms. Hands feel heavy. Relax your heart. And just see if you can straighten up while you're jumping. Find your spine. I may say that a lot today. Find your spine. It's not perfectly straight, it's curvy, right? But we have to figure out, like Jenga, how to stack all these pieces, your head, your arms, your pelvis, your knees. How do you stack them for balance and comfort? Okay, so winding this down, now let's just stand. Feet on the ground, claim your space. Nice big breath, fill your space. See if you can still feel that little buzz in your body. You turned on everything, right? You woke up. And now let's really just focus on the head position. Stay right there, keep going, keep going. Big breaths while I talk you through this one little correction. Focus on your head. That's where we are today. You might notice from looking at computers and devices that your head is just naturally starting to slump a little forward. So let's correct that right now. Lift up that chin a bit. As you lift up your chin, though, don't let it start pointing up. Put your nose up in the air. Walk around like you're an arrogant jerk. Let's find that Goldilocks spot for your head today, where it is the top piece on that stack of blocks, and it is perfectly placed. You don't feel tension in the front of your neck or in the sides or in the back. Just find a place where you can balance your head right on top of your spine. Right there. And look forward. We don't want to look up, again, like we're the best person in the world. And I don't also want to look down as if I have no value and I'm not worth defending. It's very important that we learn to keep our head up, right? We started the class today like that, heads up. When I say that, I mean get to this neutral place where I'm not trying to show off, but I'm also not standing down. I'm not yielding anything. I'm just right here in the middle. That is where you're going to find your power. Okay? Terrific. So one more big breath, and here's what I'd like to do. We're gonna do some basic exercises that you already know, but again, I want you to just focus on how your head is moving while you do them. Let's do 3 sets, push-ups, sit-ups, and squats. Whichever variations that you want to do today, that's fine. We're gonna do the first set slowly, then medium speed, then fast. But again, I just want you to focus on your head position. Don't let it flop or drop. So I'll meet you down here. Let's get to the floor, starting off with some push-ups. So whichever variation you want. But let's go slowly and really just feel what your neck is doing. Whatever speed here, just kind of keep it smooth for now. Because I want you to purposely place your head where you want it. It's natural. Some people look up when they do their push-ups. And right off the bat, that's not completely natural, right? Some people might be really lazy and let their head just drop and slump. I want you to find that same position that you just had standing up, except we're horizontal. Good. Let's sit that down into some sit-ups. Again, whichever variation makes sense to you today. But here's the thing. Again, a lot of people lead their sit-up with the head. So they whip their head up and they hope the body will catch up. Today, just don't do it that way. You're standing up on the ground. Here I am standing up. I'm going to see if I can move with my body first and just let my head come along for the ride. Not letting it fall behind, not whiplash. I just want to see if I can keep that head position right where I want it. Nice and smooth for right now. Just really focus. Closing your eyes can help. Closing your eyes can help. So you could just feel what's going on up there. Don't worry about setting any records or counting right now. We're just focused on the feeling. Where is your head? Don't let it flop or drop. Good. Let's move into some squats. So again, whichever variation you want to do today is fine. But before you drop, right here, what's your head doing? Is it balanced? Are you feeling comfortable? And now I'm going to start to descend and come back up. And I'm not going to let my head drop and wiggle and flop. Just see if you can keep it as if you have no neck. What does your squat look like if you have no neck? Nice big breath. Close your eyes if you like. That changes things a lot. I bet you feel a lot more. Good, you should. That's why I don't like playing music. You know me. I want you to listen to your body. I want you to feel your heart. Connect with yourself right now. Good. All right, let's start set number 2. Back to push-ups. A little bit faster this time, okay? A little bit faster. And see what happens to your neck. You might feel it starting to whiplash a little bit, up and down. But don't let it do that right now. Let's keep it nice and strong. Just leave your neck strong. Big breaths. Work that out. I'm not adding tension into my neck. I just want to see if I can place it in a place that's natural and comfortable for me. So find that spot. Great, into the sit-ups. Same thing, you can go a little faster if you want. Just coming up, but don't lead with your head. That's the trick here. It's so natural to do that. Ugh. Just try not to. If you can only get up a little bit and make it a crunch, that's fine. Just stay here. Go from the floor, feel your neck, and then just come up a little bit. But a little bit faster. There's your medium speed. Moving from your body, not your neck for right now. Okay, great. Back to squats, one more. Oh, 2 more, I lied. Different kind of squat if you want, but head, not a problem. Especially if you lift weights, you'll see people all the time. They sabotage their strength. Maybe they look up while they're holding the bar, and it's putting that weird curve in the back of their neck. They're trying to look up. It's not in alignment with their spine, so you lose some power there, yeah? Same way if you're looking down. If you're always curved over, trying to lift up weights this way, with your head down. Not really ideal. So just find that spot. We're going a little faster, right? You're going faster, aren't you? Just find that spot where you don't feel any flopping or dropping in your neck. Okay, last set. And again, let's make this one a little faster. Not because we're looking for a pump necessarily. I just want to see what happens to my head now that I start to add speed. Because if I'm fighting back against a bad guy, I am going to go fast as I can. So let's just make sure our head is under control. That's all. Here we go. Some push-ups. Can you control your head when you speed it up? That's all. Don't worry about counting. Worry about feeling. There, I just fixed my neck. Great. Try some sit-ups. Again, or crunches. If that makes it a little bit better, that's okay. Then just make it a little bit of a crunch. I don't care about the hands right now. I just want to see where my head's at. Oh, terrible grammar. Did you hear that? Should I edit that? Where's your head at? Oh no. Stay in school, kids. All right. Head up squats. I might even turn this into a little bit of a lunge squat here. Focus on your head, please. Focus on your head. Maintain that eye straight ahead. Don't look down at your feet and up. Don't look up. Just see if you can cut a line across the room. Head nice and comfortable. Very good. All right. Let's sit down for a moment. I'll catch our breath. We're not done. While we're here, again, I think a lot of martial artists neglect the neck. Now, I'm not into big wrestling bridges. I think sometimes that can cause damage. But very simply, try this for right now. Let's just look up and down and try to get the most range of motion you can here. It'll feel better if you're sitting up tall. If you're already crunched over, then you're just going to be creating more problems. So I don't want to sit like this, right? Stack up your body. And now this should feel pretty cool. It's different. Just play with that for a moment. And then side to side. See if you can look behind you. With your eyes as well, all right? If you're turning your head, then stretch your eyes and see if you can really look behind you. There may be some extra benefits from that. Maybe we'll talk about that another day. All right, and then before we get back to our feet, while we're here, let's add a little resistance. All right, so let's start off simple. You're just gonna put I like to use the backs of my hands on my forehead. I'm gonna start down, and I'm just gonna start lifting up with my hands. I'm trying to resist that with my forehead. So just a little bit of a push and a pull going on here, just up to the top. And I'll drop and do that again. So pushing up with my hands, and my head's trying to stop my hands. Just play with that. Working the back of your neck. Just play with that. And as you're doing that, if you hear a little crackling or crunching, that's pretty natural. They tell me. Try one more of those. Just feel that little push and pull, battle with your body, and use this to make corrections. All right? Don't just focus on the task of, focus on straightening out your muscles while you're doing it. Find that efficient path as you go. The path of least resistance. Add resistance so you can find the path of least resistance. More commonly now, someone's grabbing your hair or trying to pull you down. Put your hands on the top of your head there, the back of your head, and let the weight of your arms hold your head down. And same thing, just try to start lifting up your head, but use your hands to resist that. Say no. And see if you can come right up to where you want to be. Good. Take your time. If you're something pop, well then stop. Hey, I love a rhyme. If you hear a pop, stop. Otherwise, oh, that feels great. It should feel great. That's how you know you're doing things right. Might be hard, difficult, but it should feel good. So right now, I'm gonna do one more and really try to wiggle a little bit, find where it feels good. Don't just pop your head up. Feel it through. Feel it through. Yeah. All right, let's get back to our feet. Here we go. Now, here's what I like to do. Let's, in the same way that we re-explored, that's not a word. What's up with the grammar today? Let's explore movements that you already know, but put a focus on something maybe you don't usually pay attention to. So let's practice our push, the 1-2, a kick, and a knee. But I just want you to really feel what your head is doing while your hands and your legs are busy. Okay, so same moves, but with a different focus. And let's just start really with a step. So if you are usually standing here and you're saying, hey, leave me alone, and then you step in to defend yourself, what's your head doing? Is it whiplashing in? Does your foot start and then your head has to catch up? Just for a moment, just take a couple of steps in and make sure your head is connected to this movement. Nothing fancy, just step in and make sure your head is with you. All right, I'm going to switch my feet. I don't like counting, so try to switch your feet every couple, so both sides gets a little bit of a work out. Great, move your head, that's all, with your body, not separate. Still pretending I have no neck. Good, right? You know what I mean, right? No neck. Don't let this be independent. I'm not saying there's not a time to move your head around, but today that's not what we're doing. We're not going to wind up or swing our head around. We're leaving it in a strong position. Let's put that push in now. When we do the double hand push, what do we do with our head? We step forward and we hide our head, right? So I'm starting to make that angle where my ear is inside my shoulder. You know this, so start with a couple of those. Step, push, and check out what your head's doing. See what your head's doing. It should be strong, it should feel pretty good. I want that to feel good. No tension. You're just moving from a straight position and you're finding that little bit of an incline right there. Ramp into the bad guy. Just lift up those arms and let your head find that nice, strong position. You feel that? Okay, take a breath. Again, the neck should feel just like when we were standing, just like when we were doing a push-up. And now we're just starting to move around a little bit. And this is the time I want you to keep going back to that feeling. If you want to stop sometimes, just get back to that feeling of straight and strong and balanced, then do that. Then take that feeling and move it around. Let's add the 1-2. Same idea. When I throw the 1-2, I turn my head a little bit, turn my body, but my head stays right in that pocket where I'm protecting myself. I'm not blocking. I'm just putting my head into a smart position defensively. So stick out that hand and stick out that hand and see what your head is doing. Go ahead. So 1-2, move around, turn anytime you want, switch your feet. 1-2, 1-2, shuffle a little bit, move around, 1-2. What's your head doing? Is it with you? Is your head with you? Keep going. Speed up a little bit now and shuffle a little bit more in between your reps. Okay, because when we're shuffling around, that's a very common time for your head to get out of control. So no bobbling, no wobbling. Shuffle, keep your head safe and strong. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, one more, 1-2. Good. Now again, I don't want to put so much emphasis on your neck that you're actually straining to hold it somewhere. That's still not the ideal. We're trying to just build a habit of placement so that when that hand goes out, my head's not sitting out. When my hand goes out, I'm not left behind. That they go together, not because I'm straining to do it, just because it's my habit now. I place my head in a smart position. Kicking. Let's just throw a couple of front pushing style kicks, pushing with our foot. Watch what your head does while you kick. This one, oh, it's very easy to catch people with bad habits on this one. So hands up, one foot in front, and just kick. Push with that leg, and see what your head's up to. Is your head up? Throw a couple of those kicks. Always keep your hands up, that's good practice for now. And see if your head is with you. Keep going. Okay, take a breath for a second. We'll do a few more of these kicks. Really, I think the most dangerous time is right as you're bringing your leg up. Because some people don't feel flexible or comfortable lifting up that leg, this is where you're starting to already throw your head off balance or turn it or tip it, and you don't need to. The other time that's also important, if you can get your leg up, keeping your head strong, after you kick and try to regain your balance, that's usually where you lose the head and it becomes a whiplash situation. So slow down if you want, that's fine. See if you can start off with good head alignment, kick and land with control so that hopefully your head's always there. Let's go, kick it up, kick it up. So what are we doing? Kick, watch your head, feel your head. What's going on up there? What's going on up there? Boom. If you want to open it up now, throw a couple harder kicks just to see if your head has good habits. And by all means, do that. Nice. Okay, catch your breath for a moment. Let's add a movement that we haven't done before, a round knee. This one's going to come in handy once we start doing some combinations in a moment. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Catch your breath. Come on over. My friend Bobby Badgeiski, he's going to help us out. So when we practiced knees before, we kept them on the straight and narrow, right? Bad guy, soft targets in the middle. We squared up and just launched that knee right down the middle. Of course, I don't want to be in front of anybody. Well, bad guys. So this is what we're going to do. A round knee, think of going around the bad guy. And that just means I'm going to take a little step off center so that my other leg can come up the middle. So very simply, I'm starting off squared up. I step over, and now I have this straight line with my knee coming up the middle. It just has to tip a little bit to make that angle work. Now I'm still using all same targets really. As I step out, I can still kick into the knee, I can kick into the hip, I can kick into the groin, kick into the bladder. That's about as high as we need to go for today. But the point is this step. So let's try it like this. I'd like you to think of a V on the floor. You're standing down here at the bottom, and we're gonna step and knee off this way, and then reset, step and knee off that way. So we're just gonna create a V on the ground. So I'll turn around here. You can follow me if you wish. So starting off, whichever foot's in front, that will be your stepper. So step to the side, put up that knee, and then let's just come back for now. I'm gonna switch, I'm gonna go the other way. So step and knee, and switch, step and knee. I'm gonna switch, step and knee. Okay, now keep those hands up the whole time, of course. We're gonna get back to the head in a moment, but for now, it's okay, use those hands. Maybe you can jam their arms so they're not punching you. Maybe you're grabbing their head, maybe you're grabbing their jacket. Okay, so hands are up. Put them in between you and the bad guy, both hands. Drop in that knee and keep going. Make the V. You can use your hands. Good. Keep that going. Feel the V. Boom, that side. Boom, this side. Using your hands. Okay? Add a couple more. Good enough. Now, let's just, you know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? You know. No, not eat pie. That's later. We're going to add a different P word, pivot. I don't want to be in front of this person. So if I go to the trouble of throwing this round knee, then I would like to bring it down and get to the side. So now, don't worry about the V. Now let's just throw that knee and get out of the way. All right? So step, knee, and then turn. And then step, knee, and turn. Step, knee, and turn. Step, knee, and turn. Step, knee, and turn. Try that. Try that. And it's fun to hit your own hands, right? We did that with a pillow before, or just your hands is fine when you're kicking straight. Same thing here, except now my hands are turning a bit. I'm coming in on that angle, boom, and pivot. So still fine. Bring up that knee. And if your hip hurts today, that's okay. Remember, you don't have to kick high ever. And even kicking to the middle of the body, that's a choice. It's pretty effective just to throw a knee into their knee. That's a good target to unbalance somebody and make their head start to wobble. Okay, so catch your breath for a moment. And let's talk about something, a concept, which will then inform our combinations a little bit later. Let me grab this staff. Okay. Piece of wood. Here's what I'd like you to think about. Your spine is not built like this, right? Your body's not built like this. This staff is really strong from here to there because it's one straight piece. Your body is made up of many bones. So if you want to create a structure like that, That's why we were just practicing standing up nice and straight, so we feel as balanced and efficient as this stick. Now, if we turn this stick into a spear or a pike or a spike, however you want to think about it, if the front end of this is something dangerous, well, now we're tapping into our caveman roots. This is good stuff. For self-defense, if I'm standing and he's coming in to hurt me, wouldn't it be great if I could just stick this right in his face? Right? Right now the point is going up. But if he starts rushing in, I could put that right there. Just put that right there, where you have this nice strong line attacking. That is the best use, I think, of your head position. Remember, we've already built up the habit of placing our head safely, as much as we can, defensively. But I want you to know that that good habit has a big bow on top. And that is, it can also be used offensively without doing anything. You've seen those pictures of forts, maybe, and outside the fort they have barricades, and the barricades have just a bunch of pointy sticks and spears all racked up, all lined up, so that if horses came running up to charge the castle, they'd all get gored, right? Or how about a fence, maybe outside your own home? When you see a fence and on every rail there's a spike on top, and what's that for? Well, if there's some foolish burglar who gets clumsy and tries to go over the top, oh, that's a bad day for the burglar. They gore themselves. So, you know, this whole idea about using someone's strength against them, well, the harder they come running in to knock over this staff, then the harder it should hurt them, the more it should hurt them. But it doesn't work this way. I can't stand like this, have someone smash into me with a punch, a kick, or a tackle, and think I'm going to survive that. What I have to do is what? Put this on an angle that if you came running into that, surprise, that's going to hurt you, whether it catches you in the throat or the face or the eye or the gut, whatever. So let's think about headbutts like this. You are the staff. Here I am standing. I don't want any trouble. When I move in with the push or the 1-2, I'm changing my angle, right? You can see that. I'm changing my angle to be just like this staff. I'm creating a line all the way from the ground, balancing my spine all the way up through, good structure, to the top of my head. Now, remember, I do not want my head to be up like this, or now I have this curve in the back of my neck, or down. I do not want my upper spine here, the cervical, the smaller ones, to take a big shot this way or a big shot that way. That would be the not so smart way that we talked about earlier. All I'm trying to do is take this position that we already practiced, this position that we already practiced, and boom. So, make sense? Turn your spine into a spike. Spine, spike. It's one little change, and it goes from being neutral to devastating. Okay? So here's what we'll do. Let's practice no hands. We have no neck, and now we have no hands. So put your hands behind your back, and let's practice the most basic version of this. Let's pretend this bad guy is walking into your space, and if you had hands, you're saying, hey, I don't want any trouble, I don't want any trouble, and then right as they rush in, you put your head down, right in front of their face. Make sense? So let's try that. So you're standing up, put your hands away. This is no hands fighting. Maybe you got handcuffed, and you didn't want to be. What? Don't get weird. So you're backing up, and then boom. Make that line. Go from straight to angle. Back up a little bit, and then boom. It should feel just like you're throwing that big push or the 1-2. You're just not using your arms right now. So make that line down your back. Keep going, play with this a little bit. You can work on that working backwards and then reversing, or just step straight in with your head. Okay? In general, we're putting our chin down a little bit, but try to keep your eyes up. I don't want to look down at my feet. So even though my head's going on an angle, I always want to make sure I see as much as I can going on. So include that in your move there. So you're backing up, and then boom, not backing up. You're backing up, and then boom, not backing up. Beautiful. Now again, our goal here is not to knock him out, but it might be just to knock him back far enough so that I can then get my elbows and my hands in between us and use different bones. Not swinging, I'm just letting a happy accident occur. What am I doing on his head? Well, if you can see this, just putting your head under someone's chin is really annoying. If you're trying to fight and someone puts something right under your chin like this, now they're out of balance. My spine is fine. Theirs is broken. So as they're trying to mess with me and I step in, even if I just put my head here on the chest, sliding up into the jaw, into the chin, good. If you find an angle, so you're starting to not only lift their chin, but turn their head, good. If, depending on your heights, if you're up on the temple or into the side of that jaw hinge, these are all really great places to position yourself as long as your body is strong behind it, and it's only going to make them weaker. Okay? So let's visualize that as we keep going here. Let's add something. Here we go. Let's add a kick. So we'll pike. I'm going to call that a pike because it's a P word and I'm into P words lately. We're going to back up, no hands, pike, push kick, and then pivot out of the way. Ready? So they're coming straight at you. You pike, put that head right in their face, then push them back with your foot, and then pivot out of the way. Let's go. You're backing up. You pike. You push them away with your foot, and you pivot, get behind them. Got that? Keep that going. Think about your head. Speed up when you wish. That's fine. You're backing up, and then boom, there it is. Bang, and turn. Boom and bang. That's what I said. Backing up, head, foot, get out of the way. Head, foot, and get out of the way. Have fun with this. Put your hands away. Bad case, bad scenario. Oh man, watch out, watch out. Boom, there. Boom, there. And ta-da. Good. A couple more, couple more. You're backing around. Hey, I don't want any trouble. Boom. All right. Boom. That's what you get. And turn. One more. Make it smooth. Make it smooth. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Boom. Bam. Ooh. So that would be the feeling of that push that you already know, right? It's just the push without the arms. That's it. Now let's try like a 1-2. So it'll be a double pike, right? If you find yourself stepping in, fine. If you find yourself stepping back and then in, fine. I mean, you're backing up and maybe you decide 1-2. You're just gonna shove that head right into his 1-2. Move him back a little bit. That's fine. If you find yourself going backwards for the first one and then shuffling forward for the second one, fine. Whatever you have to do. Just don't overthink the footwork right now. Just keep trying to figure out how to move from I don't want to fight to I'm putting my head in a position that's not just safe defensively, but it's right in a great position to mess you up offensively. Okay? So let's try that. So pike, pike, and then how about a jump knee? Remember those? Those are fun. So they're coming too close. You're going to knock them back a little bit, knock them back a little bit, then boom, big jump knee straight, and then pivot out of the way. So there you are. 1-2, jump knee, and get out of the way. Got that? Cool. Keep playing with it. Keep playing with it. Boom, boom. Mm-hmm. Just as comfortable as you felt with the 1-2 when you were using your hands, just feel your spine moving the same way. All right? You're just putting your head right in there. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Your spine isn't. So it's okay if that turns a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. Play with it. Da 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 da. Boom, boom. Yep. Jump knee. And then get out of the way. Boom, boom. Jump knee. Get out of the way. Boom, boom. Jump knee. Get out of the way. Etc. Don't forget to look up. Make sure you see what you're doing. See what you're causing here. This is another great example of being comfortable close. All right, take a breath. One more here. One more. You may not remember, depending on your age, the old Mike Tyson Evander Holyfield fight. Everybody remembers that Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear. But a lot of people forget his reasoning. He's not crazy. He thought it through. He claimed that he kept getting headbutted, that Evander Holyfield kept purposely putting his head in the way and kept cutting his face. And then he said that'll ruin his career. They'd have to stop the fight, or maybe he won't be able to fight any longer. This is going to take money off of his table and not be able to feed his kids. So in his mind, this was self-defense in a boxing match. Are you with me on this? How cool, right? Now again, I'm not passing judgment one way or the other. I don't have to. What I do recognize is how two bodies come together. Mike Tyson's a very frightening guy. Evander Holyfield's also a frightening guy, but he was using just a little bit of caginess, whether you think he did it on purpose or not. Every time Mike Tyson would come in and get close, Evander Holyfield would just put his head right into that spot. Right as you're coming in close, I just put my head down into that spot. And then, then he hits his eye. Hits his cheek, hits his nose. And it got so frustrating that he didn't know what else to do. Isn't that nice? You know what I mean. All right, so keeping that in mind, no hands. This is our last combo. Let's move around. And hey, pretend it's someone that really scares you right now. I don't know who that is. Pick someone really scary, and they're about to leap on you. They're coming at you with full force, and you are going to catch them with your head. So after you do that, the round knee. We worked on that today. So they're moving in. Here comes their lunge. Boom, you meet them with your head. Step to the side, round knee, and then get out of the way. All right, here they come, here they come. So boom, step out, round knee, and then get out of the way. That's our final combo. Let's play with that. Make it real for yourself. Imagination is crucial when you're training alone. So get in there. Use your emotions. Ooh, this guy came chasing you. He's scary. He's coming right into your space. You don't even have your hands right now, but you can still do something, okay? Maybe you're carrying groceries, you're carrying a baby, whatever. But boom, here's your first response. Hiding your head is also attacking his head. So just lay that head right in there. Hey, I don't want any trouble, I don't want any trouble, I don't want any trouble. Boom, get out of the way, round knee. And pivot. Boom, bam, boom. I'm saying boom too much today. I apologize. Please continue. Get that head in there. Yes, and then get out of the way. Head and get out of the way. Right? Just a couple more. Just a couple more. Play with it. Move, move, move. Boom, spike. Right there. Yeah. Couple more, couple more. Feel that back foot. Boom. Connect right there. Nice. One more. Make this one your best one. Scary person. Da 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 da. Boom. Head. Step. Knee. Get out of the way. And come right back to bouncing a little bit. Let's just bounce. The way we started. Whew. I think that feels really fun and very empowering. Even without your hands, you have the ability to defend yourself, right? Don't forget that. All right. Again, find your spine. We'll sit down here in one moment to catch our breath formally, but let's just find our spine before we do. You may have used a little extra tension today just to play with this. That's okay. That's okay. It'll get stronger. All right. Did you find your spine? Then come on down. Let's finish up down here. Sitting up tall again so that your head is free. Let's look up and down, nice and smoothly as you catch your breath, up and down. And as you move your head, think, yes, I am awesome. Nice. And now left to right, again, trying to look behind you. Sitting up straight, big breaths. See if you can look behind you and think, no. I do not give up. Never. I never give up. Okay, I give up at some point, but only because it's a smart strategic decision. The big idea from today, if you will allow me, is the question of value. It's really important for self-defense purposes and, of course, for life purposes that we see the value in what we already have. It's easy to fall into the grass is greener syndrome. You look over the fence, wow, their grass seems greener than mine, and now I want their grass. And this becomes this game where I want to be in that job, I want to live in that city, I want to be with that person. You're always looking over the fence at other people's possessions and attributes, and that means you're not looking at your own. And that's a problem. Self-defense is based on the idea that you know that you're valuable. You feel so valuable that you will defend that value. But we need to take time to actually look at where we are, who we are, what we have, and see the value in it. It's so easy to get talked out of the value and feel lesser, but you're not. This is crucial. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't try to change your life. That's what this is all about. We're changing it for the better. What I'm saying is, make sure you're getting as much out of what you already have before you start thinking about what else you need, because you may find you already have it. In the case of self-defense today, you may think that, oh no, here's a bad guy. I need to put this fist on their face to make them back up to give me room to get out of here. But he grabs your wrists, and now you're thinking, oh no, I'm done. I don't have the tools I needed to move his head. When your head is right there. You have value that you didn't recognize. There was something of value that you didn't see. So in your training, in your life, slow down. Instead of looking over the fence, look back at your grass. Can you water it a little more? Can you weed it? Can you fertilize it? Can you mow it? Tend to your garden first. Cultivate your seeds so they grow as much as possible before you start jumping the fence trying to pick around someone else's garden. Make sense? All right. You're more valuable than you think. That's the point. Until I see you next time, remember, heads up and smiles up. Let that smile be your shield and your sword. Keep fighting for a happy life.